Welcome to the threesome, y'all. This is the podcast where the three of us are really happy to be here.
Oh, sorry.
Regardless of how we may sound. If this is your first time finding us, we appreciate you. Thank you. We're glad you're here. If you're back if you're back for more of all of this, I don't know what to tell you, but we appreciate you too, and you're the real MVP. So, we are whole again. We are reunited and it feels so good. Our point person, our optimistic realist, is back. She is called Star.
I was a terror. Yeah.
Maybe she's back. Maybe I'm wrong.
Saying we did all this contract negotiations, your ass better participate.
I was a terror since the public school.
Okay. And once again, the dulcet baritone you're about to hear belongs to our man in the middle. Our voice of reason. His name is Magic.
Cause I exemplify pimpin' fly mackin' acting like the shit nigga mashing rappers with a passion.
And bringing up the rear, as always, I of course identify as the pragmatic contrarian of the group, and they call me Storm. I am so glad you're back, Star.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Leave me here with this crazy woman.
Oh,
correct.
Y'all did a good job without me, though. Y'all held me down, and thank you. I missed you guys. I did. I missed my therapy.
Awkward and shit.
I did.
Where the fuck you been?
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, for a fellowship. And it was cool. I mean, I ain't care for the critters down there, but everything else was cool.
That's why I don't live down there. Yeah. The only critters in Louisiana that I do like are the reptile life. I like the alligators.
Yeah.
Really, you didn't see the new Bad Boys movie?
You didn't.
I saw it on Sunday. And Star was supposed to go with me. They're racist.
Yeah,
the alligators.
And then
that was an albino alligator, first of all. So, no telling. But I've never had anything. I mean, alligators have never been anything but nice to me. So, I don't know what he's talking about.
How many do you know?
I've met maybe 3.
I've met 3 women that appears to be sane. I'll take them as a test sample of them all.
Well, I mean, I don't have any evidence to the contrary, is all I'm saying. But then again,
you watch Happy Gilmore.
Then again, reptiles like me. So, yeah. Because I'm right. Because I'm warm-blooded. Wait a minute.
Because you talk to serpents.
Yeah, you can keep all of that. Yeah, we went on a I can't think of what it's called now, but
the riverboat
boats with the
ride, the fan boat.
The fan boat. We went on one of the fan boats, and I was like, "Yeah, this ain't my shit right here."
Yeah, you get a lot of flying critters on the bayou like that. So,
well, they did give us like these shields or whatever, which were absolutely fucking disgusting when we went to go take them off. Like a windshield, like your windshield after a road trip, like gross.
Yeah. Right.
But the fan boat ride itself was pretty fucking fun. With the exception of the critters and the gators and other shit that was popping up out of the water. I'm like, the fuck is going on around here? Like, good life. I mean,
You
I
know what?
wasn't complaining or anything, but in my mind, I was like, oh man, what the fuck? But it was cool though. It was cool.
Yeah,
I always wanted to ride one of them boats. I did it once. Don't have to do it ever again. And
right, correct. Yeah, yeah. I'm not much of a fan boat person. Um,
I
Simply
like the
because.
speed though.
Okay. I would probably like it better if I was driving, but whatever.
No,
Control
I'm
freak
good.
issues. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do
and
have
that's usually
control
me, but
issues.
not
Yeah.
not during that kind of shit because they know what to avoid and where to. Yeah,
No, I
let them
agree.
have all of that.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's just that when people are when I'm a passenger in anything that goes like super fast like that, I kind of feel like I have no control over anything, and it messes with me.
It's the
But
blood pumping.
Yeah, I
sure.
think I was a little too fucked up to care about that because that's usually my thing too. But I think we was blowed. So
You can tow up on a Jesus trip?
A
hold
Jesus
on,
trip?
what?
What are you talking about?
I figured it was with the congregation or something.
What
No, this was
congregation? She said it was a
this
fellowship.
was this is a art. This was
What
an
the
art
Jehovah
fellowship.
Witnesses call church?
Not that
I
kind of
don't know.
fellowship, you lunatic. Like a learning
Listen, gotta
opportunity.
ask
I am
questions to
not a
verify. I don't
Jehovah
want to assume
Witness.
nothing.
Listen, nothing against them. I'm just not a Jehovah Witness. Yeah, but no, it was an art fellowship.
Oh, okay. Okay, you actually
Mm,
had fun. All right.
I did. I did. I did not want to come home, especially to the bullshit that I came home to. But anyway,
No,
uh,
She
okay.
better not be listening to this podcast surrounded by church folks.
oh no. Look, and the people who do know about like my podcast, like the people who know me, I tell them I'm like, there's me, there's the business professional me that a lot of people know about, and then there's the me, and the me shows up on that podcast. Like whatever.
We're black. We
Yeah,
understand. Everybody here got a work phone voice.
I
Yep,
don't.
Shit.
And how dare you
you
suggest
do.
otherwise?
You do. Cause I'll call you during the workday. I'll call you during the workday, and you answer the phone in that work voice. And I'll be like, "Oh, there we go. She's working."
Uh,
I will say that yours is not as drastic as mine.
Stay employed, black people.
Yeah, because people assume I'm white over the phone. I don't get it.
yeah, people assume I am too. Matter of fact, we had big drama about that. About
So
that one
well
time.
spoken.
Right. One time while I was working at a different job, not the one that I'm working now. Somebody else from a different department had called, and there was a confrontation. And there were only two black women in my department, right? And one of them was light skinned. So, of course, the prevailing wisdom from white folks is that the darker one is going to be the more ghetto, right?
Mhm.
I didn't even know what's going
Overcompensating.
on. I didn't even know what was going on. I was sitting there minding my own business when this white woman appears out of nowhere in my face. I'm on the phone. I had to put my call on hold. I'm like, can I help you? Wasn't I just talking to you? No. Are you sure? Bitch, did I just say no? like, no, I was not talking to you. Oh, okay. And then I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm like, what the hell was that about? And I was like, oh. So I go find the other black woman in the department. And I'm like, yeah, so and so looking for you. Did you have a confrontation? I sure did. And I don't give a And then as we're talking, here she comes in the door. And the light
Mm-hmm.
skinned girl, less ghetto, of course, by, white people standards, was like, with the hand up, you need to get out of here because I don't have time for you right now.
Wow.
So the moral of the story is don't assume shit.
Yeah, I got fired from a whole job because I wasn't white. Um, and I don't mind naming names because it's what it was. I used to oh, I even forget what my position was. I was a sales coordinator for the Hard Rock Cafe Detroit, and when they made me sales coordinator, I had taken some of my contacts and resources from radio and made some things happen,
Uh-huh.
and for them, and so in that, I would frequently end up talking to people from the headquarters, which was in Miami, Florida. And, they would be like, how are you doing this? And, you were a waitress, because I started at Hard Rock as a waitress. And then something happened to my foot. I ended up in the office. They found out I had office skills, whatever, whatever, whatever. I got promoted. All right, fine. So, I started getting calls from corporate like, how are you making this happen? Or even, like, thank you, that's giving a big boost to the cafe, whatever, whatever, whatever. So anyway, Prince had a thing about Hard Rock cafes. And you will be hard pressed to find Prince playing at a Hard Rock cafe or interviewing or doing anything at a Hard Rock cafe or anywhere near it before 19 I'll say, when was this? Before 2003. Okay. So anywho, um I used Prince was coming to town this particular year. I used my connections to have him to be interviewed in our cafe and got all that going. So they knew what it was about the Prince thing, and corporate called, and I had several people who called me and was like, oh my God, we can't believe, blah, blah, blah. Is he really coming? I'm like, yeah, call to confirm it, whatever, whatever, whatever. Right. So, long story short, this guy, from down there in Florida, he was like, I'll be there tomorrow. I can't wait to shake your hand, so on and so forth. So the office that I worked in was a long office, long and narrow. And there were 4 chairs that sat out in the front. I'm sitting in the third chair. There's a guy sitting in the fourth chair on the right side of me. There is a Caucasian person that is sitting. Oh, I'm sorry, not Caucasian. I'm sorry. There's a Irish lady that was sitting on one side, on the other side of me,
They
and then
white.
there
We
was
ain't
this white girl.
differentiating.
Well, no, because it makes a difference. So then there was this white girl that was sitting in the first chair, um closest to the door. So old boy comes in the office, right? Now he and I have been communicating for weeks, right, on the phone. He comes in the office. Of course, the guy isn't me, okay? The Irish person who you could look at them and pretty much tell that they were Irish, you know what I mean? And he probably figured that wasn't me. So then he goes to extend his hand to the white girl in the chair and was like, Sheila, nice to meet you, whatever, whatever. And she was like, nice to meet you too, but I'm not Sheila, but Sheila is right there. When he looked at me, his face, he had to catch himself, but everybody in the office saw it. It's like, what the fuck do you mean that's you? And I remember leaving there. He caught himself and still congratulated me and this, that, and the other. But it's kind of like, you know, why would the black girl be connected like that? Of course, that can't be her. You know what I mean? So, all right, I left there saying, I don't think I'm going to have a job for much longer. My friend was like, don't put that in the air and this, that, and the other. I said, no, you didn't see the look that I saw. You understand what I'm saying? So, sure enough, 3 days later, some bullshit popped up, and we're not gonna go through that on this podcast. But the next thing you know, I didn't have a fucking job. And so when the lady from the radio station found out that I wasn't there anymore, she got my home number from somebody. She called me at home, and she was like, that's some bullshit, because of all the product, all the radios, I mean, I'm sorry, the Hard Rocks that I've ever traveled to, you're the first Black person that I've seen in your position for sales coordinator. She said, so look, it's your call. Do you want them to want them to still do this Prince thing? Because we can pull it and have it somewhere else. I said, I'm not vindictive like that. I said, you do what you feel. She was so pissed, she pulled the interview. They was heated.
Yeah.
Oh, they was mad.
I was gonna say I'm vindictive like that. So
Happy Black Music History Month.
right.
Listen. And so that whole thing about the Hard Rock went on for a little bit longer until, I don't know, I think he did something in 2004, 2005 with the Hard Rock people or whatever. But yeah, they was pissed because they had spent all kind of money and preparing for him to come. And I'm like, you bitches fired me for no cause. You understand what I'm saying? And you mad now because I wasn't the one that said pull the shit. She did.
Well,
Why are you
even
I
if it
made the
protecting
was,
these
decision up front.
people?
even if it was
Huh?
you, so the fuck what?
Why are you
'Cause
protecting these people?
I'm sorry.
Why are you protecting these people?
who's
Why am I
protecting
protecting
who?
who?
You said there was very specific things you weren't going to say about it.
Oh
Well,
well,
no, I
she
mean,
just don't want to
because
get
I
into
felt
the
like it
whole
was too.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to get into the whole story, but basically what happened is that they set me up on some bullshit. They ordered some stuff through an office supply company. They ordered a PDA, and at the time, the PDA was $500. Okay, I had already had a PDA, not as nice as the one that got ordered, but it wasn't far from it. Okay,
Wait.
when you
For the young people,
oh
PDAs
ha 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 ha
were what people carried around before your cell phone could do the same shit. So it had
yeah yeah
like
yeah
you could email from
yeah
it, and it kept all your contacts and that kind of thing. But carrying,
yeah. What was it? Personal digital assistant? Was that
yes,
what is it? PDA?
yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I used to order the supplies for the office. And you could literally, we had an account with Office Depot, and you could just push in the order code, the location code, and the shit would show up the next day. So anyway, somebody ordered a $500 PDA, but here's the caveat, right? The order was made after I punched out, and I've never been known to hang out up at that bitch when it's time for me to leave. Like when I punch out, I'm walking right out that back door. So you can't say I did it and came in the office and did it, because I didn't. It would have been on camera, right? So I was gone when the order was made. Not only that, I wasn't there when the fucking order came in.
Right.
But somehow, some way, the fucking PDA disappeared. They blamed it on me. And whatever. And I was like, y'all on some bullshit, because for $500, if you really thought I stole that fucking PDA, you would press charges.
Well, they
Yeah.
lost more than $500.
They did, because nobody, that
yeah.
our rock is closed to this day. And had they kept my ass there, I was making shit move. So good for them.
Yeah.
Black women, keep your head up high.
Yeah. But yeah, I usually get it from Black people though. Around here. Like I'll be talking to somebody on the phone, and then they see me and they're like, "Oh." I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're Black.
yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you thought I was a white girl, huh? And then they start laughing. They're like, yeah. Or if I run into somebody like downtown and I start talking to them, they'll be like, where are you from? I get that all the time.
Just by the nature of how we used to have to answer the phones down there, I would have to change my voice, because the girl 6 voice wasn't working with us answering the phone saying, thank you for calling Hard Rock Detroit. How may I rock your world?
What?
Yeah, I had to, that's how we used to have the. That's how we used to have to answer the phone. I was like, "Thank you for calling Hard Rock Cafe Detroit. How may I rock your world?" This, whatever. This is Sheila speaking. Whatever.
You
And
are
and
way.
and
Can I point out that you're way out of practice because you keep putting your name in this? But anyway,
oh,
um,
sorry.
It's half the fun.
I'm
anyway,
so sorry. I'm sorry.
I know you're just out of practice. But anyway, did anyone ever call there and just start cracking up? Because I would have. If somebody said,
One
"How
day
may I
they
rock your
called.
world?" I would just fall out laughing.
So
I'd answer.
I'm
I
sure
wake
you
up in the
would.
morning, when I
I'm gonna
wake up in
call
the
one.
morning, my voice is extra girl 6, right?
Yeah.
And I was having an allergy attack, which is the equivalent to my morning voice, right? So I, answer the phone. I was like, thank you for calling Hard Rock Cafe Detroit. This is Star speaking. How may I rock your world? This guy was like, God damn. All I could do was laugh. He was like, "Oh my God." He was like, "Are you in the front somewhere where I can see you if I come down there?" I was like, "No, I am not." I was
I
like,
thought
"How
I
may I
dialed.
help you?"
I honestly would have thought I dialed the wrong number. Like, wait a minute. I hope I'm not being charged by the minute for this.
That's what you saying, lady.
I was like, "How may I help you?" He tickled the shit out of me because he was like, "God." He's like, "Oh my God, your voice." He was like, "Woo." He's like, "They need to find something else for you to say." I was like,
Agreed. But
So
anyway,
shout out to fast food chicks who sound sexy on the intercom till you get to the window.
right. Anyway, we haven't
oh,
even.
I had that happen at a White Castle. I pulled up on this White Castle. This guy came.
Oh my god,
This
you
I
are
don't even
hood.
remember what the fuck his name was, but he came on the speaker, and I'm on the phone. You know how you have the speaker phone on your phone, and so he came and he was like, "Welcome to my White Castle, whatever. How can I help you? Whatever." And so my friend on the phone was like, "Damn, what he look like?" I said, "I'm at the speaker. I don't know. Shut up." So, so I order my stuff. I get to the window and I was like, "Dang, he do not sound." He wasn't hideous or anything. He just did not sound like his voice at all. Like nowhere near it.
You know what? I never pay attention to fast food voices, probably because I always assume that they're all children anyway. So, what's the point? I just don't ever pay any attention to that.
Even worse, if I get to the window and whoever's there is cute, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm too bougie to mess with somebody that work at fast food. Give me my shit.
You're
Hey,
funny.
gotta have standards, fellas.
Mm,
No restaurant workers.
yeah,
Coming home
but for
smelling
some
like
reason,
dead chicken. I don't need this in my
but
life.
but for some reason, those same fellas think we're wrong if we have standards. But whatever.
Just
Anyway,
keep them
let's get
realistic.
let's get to the foreplay, shall we? Um, I've got a few, but
I've
Magic,
got one.
you had one, so let you go.
Rest in peace to Nikki. Beautiful person, great soul, wonderful mother, grandmother, daughter, aunt, friend. I know the country I live in, so I'm not discussing gun laws on here with you fucking retards that'll have a bunch of dumbass comments. But I will say that if you're a coward, having a gun doesn't make you suddenly a strong person. You're still a coward with a cheat code. So if you take said gun and killed someone, you get to go to jail where you no longer have a cheat code and you're still a coward. So you deserve
Right.
whatever happens to you in the penal
Mhm.
system, pun intended. Especially if you're the type of
Mhm.
coward that will gather a group of friends and shoot up a house full of women and children. Fuck your life. Respect one.
Mm,
That's it.
That's terrible. Rest in peace. That's terrible. I'm sorry.
yeah, definitely rest in peace.
Damn shame.
Um,
That's fucked
also,
up.
rest in peace to former Dallas Cowboy Larry Allen, who
No.
passed away at the age of 52.
Big
I
numbers.
everybody who knows me knows that I am not a Cowboys fan.
Look at you have an
Most
original thought.
Mostly because I can't stand Cowboys fans. However, that you should never take that to mean that I don't like any of the Dallas Cowboys players themselves.
I have
And
nothing against the team, but the damn fans, yo.
that is what I just said. The fans
Right
make
up
it
there with the Knicks.
they are insufferable. Insufferable. Well, right up there with Lakers fans, Celtics fans. Let's see who else.
Angelic.
I mean, the Knicks
Indiana
fans.
Fever fans.
Knicks
I
fans
was getting
used to
ready to
be
say,
terrible.
what the fuck is worse than a Celtics fan? Like,
Utah.
A Lakers fan. Oh, and well, yeah,
mm,
definitely Utah's fans because they just racist. Um, except for
do we realize we're excluding some people from this? Our numbers aren't that good anyway. Can we stop while we ahead? Like,
well, trust me, you listen. Utah fans ain't listening to that.
And if you're a Cowboys fan, you don't form original thoughts anyway. It's okay.
damn,
Same goes for Lakers fans. But yeah.
damn.
But anyway, as I was saying, rest in peace to Larry Allen. A very good. I mean, he was an excellent lineman, and I'm sorry to see him pass so young. Um,
I have one lesser known rest in peace, and her name is Doris Briscoe.
okay.
She was a black television anchor here in Michigan, in Detroit, and she was on TV for several decades. And she was one of the groundbreakers when, seeing us on TV in any shape, form, or fashion that wasn't uh, a bunch of buffoonery or whatever was very rare. Um, she had to go through a lot in her position, and she was a trailblazer. And yeah, rest in peace.
You appreciate it,
Rest in
man.
peace. Yeah, very much. Also, I don't think we've said this, but rest in peace to Brother Marquis.
Brother Marquis.
Too Live.
Yeah, from Two Live Crew, who I was probably too young to listen to at the time, but
But you did.
But I did it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
out here shaking what your mama gave you.
Two Live Crew does not get enough credit
for their contributions,
for how trailblazing they were at the time. Mm-hmm. Now, that's both good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
But like people don't really talk about how they were really pushing limits at a time when people weren't really pushing that hard. I mean, they were pushing limits. They weren't
are
pushing
the
them as
cause of
hard.
the explicit sticker.
They are, well, yeah.
Them in NWA.
Yeah, but Luke actually had to go to court for it, so NWA could do it after.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was more Two Live than NWA. But there were a lot of artists during that time. NWA, Ice-T. It was a lot of them that what's her name? Tipper Gore, Al Gore's wife, was being crazy. And
I'm glad you remember all that shit.
Yeah, I remember it.
Names. Names.
I remember. Well,
I can call out some of the black ones, but we ain't doing that right now.
Also, her name was Tipper, and who the hell names their anyway? But
them.
What was the name of that chick that was like the regular person, like the regular everyday person that was kind of like leading the charge on that shit? Remember?
I thought it was her. Like she was the main
Tipper
person.
Gore? No, this was some regular. This was some
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is,
Fucking we won.
well, I was going to say they should look back at that. And so now you have explicit labels on everything. I mean, and what has changed, really?
It's
Like,
gotten
not a day.
worse.
I was
Well,
getting ready to say it's worse now. The music is like straight up trash.
but I'm saying not just that, but kids can get a hold of it because
Yeah,
guess what? You don't have to have a
streaming
sticker
services
to download music, right? So it doesn't.
or to use a streaming service.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm saying all of that of work that they put into censoring us or censoring artists at the time was really worthless. It really was.
Yeah,
Oh, they're still
So,
trying.
oh well, of course,
Shout out to those that do not care.
yes, and
don't like it, don't listen to it. Bottom line,
Super
yeah,
simple.
be a fucking be a fucking real parent
there you
and
go.
monitor what the fuck your kids are like. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Separate your
and that's
opinion
kind of
from
how I
facts.
feel about that. Yeah. Um, I have one more very important item in foreplay. And
Dun, dun, dun.
let me get the right voice for this because
Me, 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 me.
so last week I found out that the most perfect man on earth did not possess a perfect prostate. So
This had
my
been known.
my beautiful Zoe announced that he had prostate cancer and had
Stage
had
3.
undergone surgery to have his prostate removed. So I say this to say to all of you men who are listening, and all you women who, for some strange reason, are responsible for men's health, make sure they get screened. Make sure they get tested. Take care of your prostate, fellas. If it can happen to the most perfect man on this earth, it can happen to you. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that.
Speedy
Congratulations,
recovery.
Zoe.
Yeah, speedy recovery to you.
Yeah, he came through it just
Cancer
fine.
free. Yeah.
Yeah, he's cancer free now.
That's
And
what's up.
and still perfect. So we'll just say
Minus
that.
the prostate.
Minus the prostate, but still the most perfect man that walks this earth. So there we go.
Okay, before my dick shrivels anymore, can we switch subjects?
Well, you should go get your prostate checked if that's what's happening. But also, yes, we can
So
switch
I'm
subjects.
straight.
So go ahead.
Whatever. I assumed it was Stars Week. Be carrying this shit without you forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever.
Listen, look, you have to forgive me. Next week will be my week. I'll be prepared, hopefully. Barring any fucking thing else happens. The fuck. Oh,
And
shit.
life be
Never
life.
mind. Go ahead. We'll talk later.
Okay. You have anything else, Magic?
Being a WNBA fan, watching it now is like when your favorite underground group becomes popular and everybody wants to act like a fan and not really know what they're talking about.
Oh
So
my
when it
goodness.
came to Miss Caitlin Clark in the Olympics and everybody's like, why is she not on the team? Because she's not a top 25 fucking player in her league. Like, watch some games. Like, she's good. She's going to be all right in a couple years.
Yeah,
but right now, no.
She will be fine. But she just fucking got there. Okay?
And she still got
Like,
some things to figure out.
She got some stuff to figure out, some stuff to learn.
I forgot who it was. They were like, you could take Tarasi out. Are you stupid?
Right. Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people who are waxing philosophical on the WNBA, and I'm just like, who A, don't watch the WNBA, but B, don't even watch sports. And I'm just like, please go away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, please remove yourself from this entire conversation because you sound like a fool.
Sound like a newbie.
Yeah. To all the people who say that the WNBA players should be nicer to Caitlin Clark. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. She's gotta earn it like everybody else.
What's the Australian chick's name that was beating up on everybody that had melanin? Liz Cambridge. Yeah, Indiana. Y'all need to go ahead and find her. She technically ain't kicked out the league.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, first of all, what you have to understand about the WNBA is that it is not the NBA. There are fewer teams, which means
everybody's better. Plus,
everybody is better by default, right? Like, because you don't have the NBA has players on certain teams that aren't that great, but they're there to fill a roster spot, right? The WNBA doesn't have that. If you are on a WNBA team, you are good. That's just the way that is. So, I don't know.
Yeah. So I forgot that kicker's name. You seen his jersey is selling more than Mahomes and Kelsey right now, right?
Well, of course. The same reason why DJT stock is up. Because right-wing red pillars are going to do what they do. Like, they're going to support their own. That's why. So, I don't care.
Swear to God, I'm selling Trump t-shirts this election.
Well, feel free. I'll sell them, but I'll
exploit it enough.
I'll cross out the T and put a CH. They'll still buy them because half of them can't read. That was just a joke. I know.
Tiana Trump 2024.
Anyway, what is all that?
I don't know, but hopefully these tracks are separate.
They shall be. Sorry.
Did she mute herself?
Who, me?
No, Star.
Oh. Yes.
Oh.
So what happened on your artiste adventure? Besides dodging gators and skeeters.
And weren't you going to talk about a star search?
And Nutra.
You had the vacation bay?
I did. I met a really nice guy down there. Really fucking nice guy. Down there. And it's kind of hard for me to like people so quickly. I mean, at the end of the day, there's just a lot of people out here in this world that are bitter and hurt. And listen, we all have. I mean, if you're over the age of 40, hell, even 30 at this point. I think the majority of the people in this world have gone through more than their fair share of, mishaps, ups, downs, so on, so forth, whatever, right? Yeah. But how you recover from them is very important. And there are just a lot of people out here who are just emotionally, spiritually, mentally downtrodden. And so meeting somebody out here that I can actually connect with it's just difficult. For me, it is. And I don't even have like unrealistic standards or anything like that. In fact, I'm quite simple. Don't lie to me. Be honest, be upfront. Don't be a fucking stick in the mud, I can understand about, being serious or whatever, but you gotta have a little bit of a fucking sense of humor. But don't lie to me. Don't waste my time. Don't disrespect me. And yeah, there's a couple of other very, very what I figure to be simple things that don't seem to be so simple with the way folks are made up these days. folks be out here doing a whole lot of lying and whole lot of hiding. And it was just refreshing to kind of meet somebody who has had more than their fair share of challenges, but have not, or doesn't appear to have let those challenges take away his spirit and his energy, like toward life and people in general. So, yeah.
You met me out there?
Oh, good Lord.
um, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, so besides meeting him, the fellowship was really cool. I mean, besides the stipend check, hopefully that I'll be getting soon. It was really cool. We got to meet a lot of different people who were acting as mentors or advisors and things like that. And we got to visit quite a few historical places that were related to art. We got to create, we taught, we got to each teach our own workshop and all of that good stuff. And it was just a good all around fellowship. There was a lot of learning, and that was cool. I'm always down for that. Um, and yeah, besides the one bitch that was with us that was always cold,
In New
and
Orleans
complaining.
in June?
Yeah, like I don't know what's like going on with her,
An
but
anemic?
she was look, I'm fucking anemic, and yeah, whatever. So um she was always like fucking complaining about every fucking thing. um they paid for our food the whole time we were there. Well,
Mm.
special accommodations had to be made for me because we in Louisiana, a lot of things are seafood related, and even though, or seafood or seafood related,
Yeah.
and um and not only that, a lot of these places, their primary, or that they were ordering from, their primary thing is to cook seafood. And so I don't trust places like that to separate like the chicken and not be cutting up the chicken on the shrimps. I don't trust that. I'm too sensitive to the whole allergy thing. So a lot of special accommodations had to be made, but they knew this ahead of time. So there were some days that they would order from a particular restaurant. They would order like several different items or whatever, and then everybody just pick from what it is that they want. And then there were other days that we would look on the menu and see what we wanted. So this particular day, we got to choose what we wanted, and she ordered some like 8 ingredient, like jambalaya like type thing, like 8 seafood whatever item thing she ordered, right? And she sat there the whole fucking time at the table picking every fucking thing out for various fucking reasons. Like, can you tell like I was pissed? Like, I'm sitting on the other end, it's like, well, she shut the fuck up. We don't care. Why the fuck would you order that shit? So like, there were certain pieces that had too many spices. Then there were, or it looked too spicy, like it would irritate her throat. And there were certain pieces that didn't look like that they were cooked right. And I mean, she was just going through this whole fucking thing. And just like, I'm so glad she didn't stay in the same house that we stayed in, because I probably would have wanted to come home. Um, she was annoying as hell. She spent one night with us because we were staying in like these 3 separate row houses or whatever, and her and one of the people that she was staying in the house with, they came and stayed at our house because something was wrong with their air, and the guy couldn't come out to fix it until like the next day. So that whole fucking night, like they had to cut the air off for this bitch. And I was like, oh,
What?
see, no,
In New
no,
Orleans?
listen,
Hell
in
no.
fucking New Orleans. Listen, let me tell you something. I was like, oh no. So I have a friend that's a friend of a friend down there. Her name was Marta. And I was like, do you have a fan? She not only had a fucking fan, she had a portable air conditioner, and she bought it like a not the ones that you stick in the window, but she had like a portable
Right.
air conditioner. She brought it down there for me. And and they like, why you get to be comfortable? I said, cause I know motherfuckers, fuck you. Cause I told that bitch, you better put on some pajamas and some
I know
blankets
that's
because
right.
you
I know
understand?
that's
It's like
right.
she complains about every fucking thing. So the whole house gotta be uncomfortable because of your ass, and you don't even stay here. And you're not even nice. You're not even like a fucking nice person. Like, no. If I had have been there when that decision came down, I'd have been like, no,
Oh
Find
hell
another
no.
no.
blanket.
As hot and humid as it is in New
You
Orleans,
better
oh hell no.
put on some socks. You
Or
you better put on some
something.
socks. You better do something.
Wrap
Put on a
yourself in a
hat.
blanket. I don't care what you got to do, but what I'm not gonna do is be
Find a
hot and
hoodie.
sticky because your ass can't take. No, listen, I I am anemic, so I'm cold a lot. So a lot of times when I go places, especially in the summertime, I'll take a small jacket with me because I know that when air is blowing directly on me, it's probably going to make me cold. But that don't mean that I want them to turn the damn air off.
Is this why the youth are walking around in hoodies in the summer?
Maybe, probably, because a lot of them probably are anemic.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, and with me, like I'm fine outside. Like matter of fact, I'm hot outside. But when I come inside, when I'm indoors, haha, when I'm indoors and air is blowing on me, then I can't take it. I just can't. Like it's especially when it's blowing directly at me. It is miserable.
I
So
don't get
yeah.
cold. I just don't like wind blowing on me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care for it, but I don't care for it because it makes me cold. Except for, I will say this shout out to El Paso. When the wind blows in El Paso in the summertime, that's like dragon's breath. It ain't the same.
Dry heat. Gotta love it. All right.
Exactly. And people are
We
like,
wrapping
well,
this up.
at least there's a breeze. Yeah. It's just
Shit. Hot is
like,
hot. Well,
exactly.
no, hot and humid is worse, but yeah, big
I
up
don't
dry heat.
know. I think it depends. Like hot and humid is
Shit.
worse.
I work outside. Hot and humid
I
is
know, I'm
worse.
telling you. But at least when it's humid, you you get sweat. In the dry
Yeah.
heat,
Sticky
sometimes you don't
clothes and
sweat.
balls sticking to your leg.
And you'll and well, but I've seen people just fall the fuck out because you don't realize how hot your body is and you're not sweating because there's no moisture in the air. So you're not getting that relief.
I drink
And
water, I
yeah, I've
sweat.
seen people fall the fuck out.
I've seen that too.
Just yeah. So yeah. So I can't really say which one's worse, but I don't like either one. I'll say that. I don't like either. I like the AC. But
Or
yeah.
working outside all day, I'll pay whatever it takes to not come home to that shit.
I know that's right.
All right, let's call it a night. If you like the
Yep.
show, tell friends, tell foes, tell all the hoes, and if you don't, tell everybody you know. It's the worst podcast ever. It's the Threesome Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. The group, not the page. And the Threesome Pod on Twitter. I don't think I got any nudes for my birthday, and y'all are horrible, horrible fans. At least give us like 5 stars and like and subscribe or whatever podcast people do.
I mean, I texted you happy birthday.
I don't think you did.
You know I did.
Oh, you didn't call because you be on this podcast lying. But yeah, okay, you
Well,
did, you did, you
no,
did.
I was going to call, but I couldn't because I was so busy at work. But I did text you and say happy birthday.
Like a Lee story.
Whatever.
Okay. Get ignored
At
by
least I
women all the
remembered.
time.
At least I remembered. So there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Felt it. It's okay. Father's Day is coming. I'm used to it.
Oh, well, you ain't my daddy, so nothing I can do for you.
I wasn't expecting a gift from
I mean,
anyone, for the record.
I'll send you a happy Father's Day text, but that's probably the extent of it.
No respect.
Anyway, what do you mean no respect?
Men in general.
You're getting more than I'm giving my dad.
That's circumstantial, but okay.
Okay, but still, there you go. Anyway,
Put some flowers on. Yeah.
y'all have a great week.
Night.
Bye.